modded Pokemon Scarlet so that my Pokemon evolve every single level. But not just regular Pokemon, shiny Pokemon. That's right, I'm going to be shiny hunting, and whatever shiny we get will randomly evolve every level into a completely different shiny. We can get the shiny god of Pokemon himself, or the true shiny god of Pokemon. On top of that, I randomized all trainer Pokemon, as well as abilities. Now, although I did say I would shiny hunt my Pokemon, I kind of lied. The starters are already shiny, to see if this even works. Because if I evolve a Pokemon and it's not shiny, well, this challenge won't be possible. So we head down the road where I grew up as a child. Wait, hold up. I'm still a child. Why is mom letting me leave home at 10? Anyways, I meet up with the director and Nimona, where we find out what our 3 starters are going to be. Oh, crap. Give me a second. Okay, now we can find out what our 3 starters... Wait, where's the other 2? Oh, right down there. Way to steal the show, Rhyperior. Now, they were all supposed to be shiny, but I guess not. Wait, isn't Bruxish pink? Damn, I really remembered it being this color. The other 2 aren't shiny, but let's just test it. Rhyperior, you're kind of squishing me. Oh, it is shiny. Nice. Swift Swim. I'm sure that'll be useful for the 1 level we get it for. So I take my Rhyperior and go down to the beach to fight our green-streaked best friend. Her Tepig isn't shiny, and we just bulldoze away. But maybe she'll have some shinies by the end of this, as trainers can have shiny Pokemon. Also, there was an option to make trainers have smarter AI, so we'll see if that ends up even making a difference. You've been studying up. Water is strong against fire. Nimona, I just used a ground type move. What are you talking about? I love how Clavel just has a shiny Bruxus just chilling with him. I named our shiny Alicent, and on we went to go catch our Lechonk. Is that a Hydreigon? What is happening? With that, Alicent gains a level, and oh my god, a shiny Flygon right off the bat. Even Lechonk is surprised. It's too bad we're gonna lose you. From here, we found Miraidon chilling on the beach, and then we traversed through the cave up ahead with Alicent, where we found some scary Pokemon. And I'm not talking about Cobalion. I'm talking about the shiny Fletchling, which replaced the Houndoom here. What is going on with this randomizer? Some things are randomized and some aren't. It's so funny seeing this little bird call all these Houndours to fight. Why does Arven have 5 Pokemon? Yo, you're just supposed to have 1. Well, the good news is Alicent has Smackdown to bring Skarmory to the ground and then Bulldoze for the KO. And Berserker can also die to Bulldoze. And even better, we have the Gooey ability, which lowers the speed of anybody who makes contact with us. But then, a shiny Gray Ninja? Bro, we just started our journey. Nah, this randomizer has gone rogue. You can terrastalize as well? Well, it looks like something went wrong. However, Alicent gained so many levels that we actually ended up winning. That, and we have great coverage on everything on his team. But I need to fix this ASAP. No way I'm facing every trainer with 6 Pokemon. But first, oh my lord. I didn't even know what Chiempow's shiny looked like. That looks sick. And it looks like since we evolved into a legendary, our level actually went down to level 11 because it requires more experience to level up legendaries. Alright, after tinkering around, I think I've fixed the trainers having more Pokemon than they're supposed to. So to test it out, I fight Nimona, and she indeed has 2 Pokemon. The first one being Bisharp. I don't know how I'm getting lucky with type matchups, and the second one is a Fido, who terrestrialized into a ground type. Alright, Nimona, stop trying to be different. Alright, what we got? That is such a downgrade. And somehow, with this downgrade, we still have a good type matchup with Iron Moth. The only problem, I don't have a psychic type move, and we're a special attacker. Oh well, Bulldoze will do. You're not supposed to terrestrialize, dude! For Christ's sake. Yes, please evolve. I mean, it's better than Dwosian. See? One of these. This is what you need to terrestrialize. And I know you two don't have that, cheaters. Says the guy who has Pokemon that evolve every level and sometimes into legendaries. Oh, now you really did it, Alicent. How did you go from this to this? Anyways, once we go to the most boringest part of this game, I can venture out into the wild to start hunting shinies. Hello, fellow Hoopa Unbound. So I start resetting for outbreaks, and honestly, it doesn't really matter what we hunt, as they're going to evolve immediately into something else. So I hunt this worthy Grimer in an odd location, and eventually... Oh, hey Grimy, that was quick. Oh, you have no idea what you've done getting in my Pokeball, buddy. Say goodbye to everything you know about being a Grimer. It can't get much worse than a Grimer, can it? Alright, let's go, Quillfish. Okay, now we're talking. What about you, Rainies? Rainies, what the fuck? Now, I'm not doing a level cap, as levels can get a little bit crazy depending on what Pokemon you evolve into, but I'm gonna try not to just over-level if I can help it. So I think I'm just gonna go in with Alicent as Vikavolt and pray. So with that, I took on Katie, and she starts off with a Goomy. Oh, thank God. Chilling Neigh is my ability. That's awesome, but sucks at the same time. Her shiny Sneasler did scare me, but with my attack increase and... okay, it's just an illusion Infernape. That's hilarious. Well, good thing Bulldoze works for both of them, and this thing didn't use a fire-type move. Can we just take a second to appreciate shiny Sneasler? I've never actually seen one until now. It's gorgeous. Ugh, why did I forget they could Terrasilize? Oh, a rock type. Ha, take that. I definitely should have lost to that Infernape, but I guess plot armor was on Allison's side. From an Alolan bug to another Alolan bug. And Rainy's, there's no way that actually just happened. What are the odds? Oh, how I love shiny Charjabug. But these guys aren't gonna do it for Cloth. But Alicent the Haxorus might. As for Rainy's, well, let's just say she was not making it easy on us. I guess I could just stop the evolution when evolving and just get up to the appropriate level. Wait a darn minute. The Titans are randomized? This is so funny. It's a huge-ass Clefable. Wait, I'm a dragon type. Rainy's, it's time. Metal Claw. We got a boost? Oh my God, it's over. Why did it run away like that? No, Arvin, that is not a Stony Cliff Titan. Why would you set up Misty Surge, you idiot? God damn, you are one sexy shiny. Wait, what is going on down there? Rainy's just can't evolve into any two-stage Pokemon, huh? And is this actually Nimble shiny? I thought it was like red. Well, I did say I wanted a two-stage Pokemon. And Alicent is totally gonna crush Brassius, especially with Neuroforce. What legendary even has that ability? Wait, it randomized the Sunflora? What didn't it randomize? In an alternate universe, we ran around catching lions instead of flowers. This seems kind of dangerous for a gym challenge. Wait, why are they shiny as well? And why can I actually battle one of these shinies? What is going on? Imagine picking a fight with a guy and he just whips out 5 hungry-ass Pyroars. I don't know how I keep getting these godly type matchups, but I really can't complain. A Floatzel with Desolate Land. Poor guy didn't even get a chance at life. So I think the gym leader actually do have certain types they use. In this case, Brassius is a water type specialist. This isn't true. He just happened to have water types. He did Terrasilize, but I still have Metal Claw on Rainy's, so that was that. And finally, Rainy's is turning into some useful shinies. With 2 gym badges down, I figure it's time to shiny hunt once more since I couldn't catch that Pyroar. I can't believe they're still here. This must be legendary fields because they're everywhere in the east here. Speaking of which, there was a mass outbreak of Wartortle here, so I just went hunting. And man, I almost missed this thing. It's different enough to where you can see it, but at the same time, if you're doing this fast and don't look at his green shell, you might miss him, especially during the nighttime. Anyways, Damon was ours. I wonder what Bombardier is going to be randomized into. There's no freaking way. How am I supposed to defeat that? I need something to deal with that, but I don't want to level up too much, so let's just see what Rainy's turns into. Oh my God, if I just had some coverage, this would be amazing. That is the most useless ability. They just couldn't give me huge power, could they? Alicent, are you serious? There we go, Alicent. There we go. Oh my God, I never knew Corviknight had such a sick shiny. This is perfection. All right, level 28 is grounds for benching, so I'm not going to use Corviknight for this fight. And Damon isn't really going to help, so hopefully this Metagross doesn't have Hammer Arm. Oh, that is scary. Why is it so big? Oh my God. I was not expecting that. Anyways, the good news is Slacking doesn't have Truant, and he learned Sucker Punch from Level Up, so I taught that to him. And we have the move Slack Off, but we didn't even need it since he missed his Zen Headbutt. Yeah, 2 Sucker Punches did it. Slacking is broken. Okay, maybe not broken enough to defeat Giacomo, who is not randomized, by the way. Wait a second. He is randomized. Why did I think he had a Charcadet? I don't know. But in the moment, Charcadet looks so much like Bisharp to me. Anyways, he Terrasilized his Charcadet into a Stellar type? Alright, bro. And in the end, I actually had to bring Alicent out to save the day since she was level 28. I had to do it, guys. Team Star Bosses who can Terrasilize? No way I'm winning that. Whoever said Slowpokes are slow, you lied to me. This one is not slow. They should call it Fast Poke. Get it? Fast Poke? Slow. I'll see myself out. Seriously though, these Titan interactions get funnier by the minute. All right, Damon, we can't keep you a Gloom forever. Well, it isn't technically the Gloom, right? Okay, I'll take it, Damon. Technician? Oh my God, we gotta keep Kingdra for Iono. Tell me shiny Slacking isn't literally skips from regular show. Hey, come on. We got a gym to win Rainy's. But first, Nemona battles us. And what's cool is Shroomish sets up Sun with Desolate Land, meaning Growth Up actually ups our attack stage by 2 instead of 1, which I completely forgot about. But even a beast like Slacking couldn't survive a simple Vivian. You should be ashamed, Rainy's. Either way, her last Pokemon was not threatening. I think that was a sign that we need to get rid of Slacking before the next gym, so I did. And wow, Ting Lu. Well, that's an upgrade, maybe. Iono, it's time. She had a Hisui and Lilligant, which was cool to see, and the only thing I could hit it with was Dragon Breath. She did miss an Axe Kick and crashed, but look at how much damage it did the next turn. And the cherry on top was Vileplume with Moonblast. Okay, no, the real cherry on top is this Sinistea that walls us. Why does it wall us, you ask? Because it has Wonder Guard. And I have no moves to hit it with because Damon died. You've got to be joking. So we try again, and this time, Pluck isn't even super effective against Lilligant. What is going on? What ability do you have? Anyway, somehow I managed to get to Sinistea with only Damon left, and a single bite was able to KO, but then Hitmonchan was out. And I'm just hoping she terrestrializes into a type that's weaker to water and doesn't have Thunder Punch. Okay, well, at least she's a fire type. I definitely preferred the Kingdra.
Why you bullying me?
Maybe with random teams, you might actually be a challenge this time, Gita. No one play the clip of me losing a run to her, please. Why did I start evolving Rainies? This has gone south way too fast. How do I go from a Slacking to a Love Disc? Okay, Mudsdale. I'll take it. Allison, as much as I love your shiny, you're not going to do anything against anyone. This might have been a mistake. Okay, somehow Allison fell into a trap of turning into Rainies shinies. It's literally going through the same evolutions ever since that Apom. And I don't think it's going to change back, so we might have basically the same Pokemon right now. Meaning, I might have to shiny hunt an extra Pokemon, but we'll see. Either that or I just keep one of them and never evolve it again. From here, I went to take on our next threat. Kind of. Damon destroyed Mellow with Rain Dance Water Pulse. So on we went to our next Titan, just waiting to see what was going to be digging into the ground, rummaging around. Okay, at least it's a snake, so it kind of makes sense. Although Orthworm is still there, which kind of sucks. It would have been awesome to see Dratini just going into the ground and coming out. I love how it just shimmies into the tunnel. Safe to say that wasn't a challenge. Although I'm realizing now, why was that thing shiny? Speaking of shinies, I think it's time to hunt another one since Allison and Rainies now have the same exact genetics. Oh my god, you guys have no idea how much my heart rate just spiked. I swear this shiny was a lot more distinguishable than the original. I was thinking too, that I should probably refresh my mind of how this shiny looks. Guys, there's barely a difference. And it spawned under a bush. I don't even know how I spotted this thing. I was so close to just passing it. Even when I encountered it, I was disappointed because I thought it was a regular Greedent. Yo, that's a crazy first evolution for Aegon. I'm not gonna lie, the evolutions for this shiny were horrendous. And I don't think Aegon liked that I said that very much, as he turned straight back into a Fluttermane after like 10 levels. What's weird is this shiny has a loop. It cycled through the same exact shinies that I just went through. I have no idea how that even happens, but this means we just have to choose a shiny for Aegon to just stick to for the rest of the run. And based on the options we got, it was either Fluttermane or Shiftry. And for now, Shiftry is the man. This also means that Rainies and Alicent are the exact same shinies like I mentioned before, because again, for some reason, they're cycling through the same exact Pokemon as well. It's not a loop, but still. So like I said, I'm just going to stick to different Pokemon for them. And Damon is the only one who hasn't repeated himself. And this is just how the randomization works. Greedent will always evolve into a Fluttermane. It's not based on what level Greedent evolved. Rather, all Greedent level 1 or level 99 will evolve into a Fluttermane. And it just so happens that all Sunkerns also evolve into Fluttermane. So it looks like different Pokemon can evolve into the same Pokemon, which I guess is how Rainies and Alicent now have the same exact genetics, which really sucks. So I assume the more shinies we get on the team, the more repeats we will get. So if we end up getting something that evolves into Chien-Pao, we'll have the entirety of Alicent's line all over again on a different team member. So again, at some point we just have to lock in who we want to use for the end game. Again, sucks that that's how the randomization works, but it is what it is. Moving along, we're ready to take on Kofu with Damon the Primarina. And this went well until he whipped out his Dragon Dancing, Dragon Ascent Rayquaza on me. This took out everything on my team aside from Aegon, who has Fake Out for the KO. But still, that was insane. I decided to keep Aegon as a Shiftry, and Alicent will be taking the lead with evolutions to see if there's anything Mudsdale can upgrade to later, since again, they have the same evolutions. But I'll just tell you guys right now, I never evolved Mudsdale, which to be honest, I don't even really care. Mudsdale is a great shiny. As for Atticus, well, let's just say I didn't start the fight off well, as his Dusknoir Will-O-Wisp half my team, crippling me. And Primarina couldn't defeat a single Execute to save her life. On attempt 2, I led Aegon, and he didn't use Will-O-Wisp, thank god, but from there it was a clean breeze until the Starmobile, where Rainies took care of it with high horsepower. Umbreon's pretty bad, so I evolved it into a Girder, and Damon went from 2 starters to a Talonflame. I won't press my luck further for Larry. Let's see if I still remember this by heart. Grilled Rice Balls, a medium serving, Fire Blast style with Lemon. Oh yeah, I still got it. I gotta be honest, these gym leaders aren't getting super hard with Pokemon. Most of them are first stagers. They do have shinies though. Okay, this man has the 2-in-1 combo, a shiny legendary. Too bad for Larry, I had a Ting-Lu. This thing is no match for Rainies. The fact that Rainies is as big as Ting-Lu is insane, but I guess that's why it's a ride Pokemon. After this, Gita wants to see what our shinies are made of, so we have to show Nimona up. Her Jolteon had Pin Missile taking out Aegon, which caught me off guard, so I showed her what a Talonflame can do. Earthquake! Didn't see that coming, did ya? Well, you didn't last long, Girder, but what you got? Allison, come on. What about you, Damon? All bark and no bite. Somehow this is worse than Alicent. Galvantula, though, I'll keep. Damon, they could never make me hate you. Sceptile is awesome, and its shiny is just a plus. Since we've gotten 4 gym badges, I feel why not hunt another shiny, and so I went searching in this Honchkrow outbreak. Could be sketchy, since sometimes they are in the sky, but they usually float down, and I feel like I saw one despawn before the one I found, but maybe I'm crazy. Either way, this thing was super easy to spot. I made sure to save since I was crashing a little bit, but everything was well. And thankfully, an Ultra Ball caught it at full health since I couldn't really damage it. Rhaenyra wasn't really giving us much, but Wugtrio shiny is really cool. Okay, I lied. That is a literal Ho-Oh. Shiny Ho-Oh is god tier. And this wasn't the only legendary Rhaenyra turned into. Better not tell Jack how many Pokemon I've encountered during my journey. It might give him a heart attack, especially if he found out I've caught legendaries. Imagine watching this battle from the stands where Ho-Oh is literally on the battlefield. I'd be frightened for my life. Even in randomized form, Rhyme is a cakewalk, but she did end up having a shiny Basculegion, which Rainies took care of easy with Earthquake. Well, bro, I get it. I have a team full of shinies, but that's not the thing that's special about my team, so buzz off. Finally, it was time to fight the monster of the desert, the thing that I have zero chance against and could wipe my team easily. Yeah, I don't think there's a single way I could lose this. Allison, what we got? Okay, my Milotic's not bad. Now, Damon is awesome, but we ended up getting a shiny Hisuian Gudra, which I think I'm just gonna lock in right now. Water Terra and Analytic, which isn't bad since Gudra is slow. Now, as much as I love Ho-Oh, we gotta keep going, and Heracross is awesome. However, I do have Calm Mind and special moves, so we have to look for a special attacker instead. Sorry, Beetle. Yeah, that'll do it. Jesus. Rhaenyra was so good now that she literally destroyed Nimona while being handicapped. And in the end, I think I fell in love with Calyrex. Who wouldn't? And don't even get me started on Tulip. She got her back destroyed. I think it would be stupid to evolve Rhaenyra, so that just leaves our starter to evolve plus whatever our last shiny is. This is Jules, Poppy. He has Pokemon who evolve every level. Ooh, that's so neat. I know, right? You better let Poppy win when you battle her, you cheater. Oh, screw you, Rika. Honestly, Alicent wasn't turning into anything good. Baxcalibur was the best thing I saw. I mean, seriously. A Blissey that shoots its level to almost 60. I really gotta shut my mouth. Holy crap. The strongest Pokemon to ever exist is on my team. Literally the definition of power creep. If I have trouble with Grusha, I'll use it. But honestly, Alicent right now is just to intimidate any trainers I fight. Why does my character look worried about a Citadel? Bro, we have Eternatus. We're good. Grusha's gotta be packing. Heat, that is. Honestly, she was better than most of these gym leaders. Had a Yuxi and a Malamar, but compared to my team, yeah, he was a piece of cake. I mean, it wasn't even a competition. Damien took on his whole team aside from Malamar, which Alicent destroyed just to show Grusha that he never had a chance in the first place. Just look at his face. You're too broken. Give me something cute. Well, I did say cute. Gastrodon's cute, right? Now, my team wasn't like super powerful for Ortega, but to be honest, if we get into trouble, Rhaenyra should be enough to just disintegrate anybody. Ortega led Porygon too, and unless this thing has a Violite, yeah, I don't think that's gonna be a problem. It did have Discharge, and I Terastallized into a Water type, but right after this, a Poplio came out. I wish I could have just forced evolved any Pokemon after a certain level, because how is everybody having first stagers at level 50? Come on. And what a predict on the Psychic Terra as I click Sucker Punch for the one-shot. At least the Starmobile still gave me some trouble. Look at everybody plotting on how they could defeat me. Guys, just evolve your Pokemon. They literally evolve every level. Now, I'm completely confident I can defeat Airy in one try, but we still got one more shiny to catch, so might as well. I thought of hunting Cyclizar, but it's too fast, and the Shuppets here are too small to where I might miss it, so Overquill it is. Nice and fat so I can see. I don't even really know what the shiny looks like, so hopefully it's not too similar to the regular one. Okay, that is definitely not similar to the original one. That is a great shiny. Makes you wonder why things like shiny Gengar and Garchomp exist. I was afraid I wouldn't catch it like Honchkrow, but a nice netball saved the day thankfully, as I only had one of them. Don't ask me why I didn't come prepared. Yo, what the fuck? What? What? Just a random full odd shiny? Hello. How are you? That's awesome, bro. Come on, baby. Nice. That's insane. Finding a random full odds Decidueye saved me from hunting some more, because the original Cyrax, Overquill, was just going to turn into Allison or something because it ended up getting the same evolution line. But Cyrax 2 is now an Iron Boulder, and the Shiny's amazing. Now my last Titans were just Dreepy and Lechonk, but they didn't appear in the overworld like the others, which kinda sucked. Either way, we trucked on through North Province to fight Airy. Why does the guard for Airy's base have an Enamorous? And then Airy just has an Applin, Poliwag, Cincino, and a Hoppip. What is going on? It's crazy how a +2 Calyrex just one-shots the Starmobile. What are this thing's stats? Oh my god, talk about some power creep. Holy cow, that's a lot. Finally, everything was completed. We can go take on the Elite Four, but first I decided that Iron Boulder, despite being a very cool shiny, needed to evolve. I was getting kind of worried at first since the Pokemon we were getting were pretty weak aside from Slowbro, but then we got a Crocodile, whose shiny might be good or bad depending on who you ask. I think it's good though, and my opinion is the only one that matters. So subscribe. Anyways, Crook is a great Pokemon, but why would I keep it Crook if I could probably run into something better? Well, see, the thing is, abilities are randomized, and it just happens to have the ability Intrepid Sword, so that's why. This will boost Crocodile's attack every time I switch it into battle. That's absolutely insane. Cyrax 2, you are going to carry the team. I can feel it. Also, Crocodile is really tiny. Allison eventually ended up turning into a Garchomp, which again is going to lead to Pokemon we already have, so I just kind of kept it as a Hariyama. Such a unique shiny. So with that, I headed to the league where Gita is waiting for us, and she has this smirk on her face like she has a whole bunch of heaters on her team, ready to destroy me. Like, oh little boy, you have no idea what you've gotten yourself into. But in order to find out, we have to talk to Rika, who asks us which starter we chose. Ma'am, I didn't choose any of these. I chose a Rhyperior. Rika is our first Elite Four battle, and she leads a Glimmet. Alright, here we go again. Cyrax 2 gets an attack boost right on entry, and knocks that out, and Leavanny, who did happen to get a big Leaf Storm off. Thankfully, she did have a Zangoose and knocked out Cyrax, and I say thankfully, as it's at least a decent Pokemon on her team, and it's a great time to use Alicent, my starter. Oddly enough, Hariyama learns Headlong Rush, and we have Terra Rock, but this wasn't enough to KO, and Alicent paid the price. Okay, this Zangoose is starting to piss me off. I haven't used Aegon in a while, so I sent him out to fake out, and Ceruledge was in. I did get a Sucker Punch off, but I totally forgot about the move Bitter Blade, which not only kills us, but heals its health as well. What a great move. Of course, after this, I stopped playing with my food and destroyed this thing with Rhaenyra. Milotic was her ace, and Freeze Dry was going to be super effective, however, she did Terrasilize, but we did get a freeze, so after some nasty plots, this fight was all wrapped up. Not bad, Rika. You had me scared with that Glimmet. Poppy was up next, and like Rika said earlier in the video, I need to let her win or else. But I don't think that's gonna be a problem, as she has a whole ass Palkia. Oh, and it's shiny to rub it in my face. Cyrax, it was nice knowing you. Wait, Aqua Ring? Yo, I have Outrage. See you later, Palkia. Swablu, get that peep away from me. Okay, she was just toying with me, I see. How does this little child have not one, but two legendaries and one is shiny? The benefits must be good for being an Elite Four member. Now, I was confused from Outrage as I didn't put a Lumberry on him. However, Cyrax managed to break through for a big EQ. Surely we'll get a break now, right? Right? Yo, what is this twerp on? And it's shiny? Cyrax is a freaking legend, dude. Hate to break it to you, Poppy, but if the first 4 Pokemon didn't turn the fight around, I don't think your Timber will. Okay, but that doesn't mean anything. Honestly, Aegon, just explode. I can't believe that killed. It was a Steel type. All right, what is going on? This is ramping up fast. Did he just switch at the same time I did? It's his Terrastal Pokemon? Why would he do that? Well, that let it live an Astral Barrage, but it died right after. Let's see if we can get a nasty plot up. Drill Peck was super effective. Why, you ask? Well, because Trevenant used a move that made me turn into a grass type. Larry is pulling some D1 strats today. But with our one nasty plot up, Rhaenyra couldn't be stopped. We kicked away, freeze drying opponent after opponent until eventually the beast was out again. Ha, take that, Larry. Wait, he has one more Pokemon. Hassel was up next, and he was being pretty petty with that Endure and that switch. And again, he switched into his Terrastal Pokemon. These guys must be terrified of me after winning against Poppy. Honestly, Hassel wasn't too much of a hassle at all. His team sucked. Well, except for the Iron Crown, but I had Rhaenyra out. So I mean, yeah, you know how that went. I mean, what do you expect? You had mostly first stagers. All right, Gita, do you finally have a decent team? That is what we are all wondering. Hey, that's a start. Unfortunately for you, I have a shiny Crocodile with Intrepid Sword. Don't worry, how could you even predict that? Cyrax, you did well. Hopefully, I'm not gonna need you. All right, Aegon, time for a nice Leaf Blade. How did you not kill bro? You're a disgrace to the team. Okay, at least you're not a Bagon with Primordial C. Just explode on the little guy. Oh, that's so funny. Go Rainies, the reliable partner. Honestly, I can't complain with that statement. Cinderace is the perfect matchup. Not too bad of a team, Gita. Not as good as Poppy's, but you're doing all right. You just had to ruin it, didn't you? A Sentret? You were this close, Gita. This close. How did Poppy have the best team out of all of you? She's a toddler. I love how Hassel's still crying about his loss. I've never noticed, but Gita has some thick hair. All that money and you can't go to the salon? It looks stiff. Of course, it's not over until we defeat the true champion, Pneumonia. She is totally going to lose. Tell me about it. A shiny Rillaboom? Now that's what I'm talking about, Nimona. You know, I don't really have anything for Rillaboom, so I did have to switch. Oh, that's gonna hurt. I hate to sack Rhaenyra immediately, but I need to do damage to this thing. All right, Damon. Endeavor is a power play from her. That was actually so smart. I'm so sorry, Damon. As long as we don't get burned, that should die. Nice. Okay, Ash Ketchum. I did switch an Aegon on a Solar Beam, and eventually it went down. I was very tempted to explode, but you never know what's up next. Oh yeah, definitely exploding. Aegon, come on. Put a little more power into it. Toxic Debris? Oh no. Now would be a good time to have the Guts ability. Wait, why isn't Headlong Rush super effective? This Spit Ups has Circle Throw? What kind of competitive BS is going on right now? She swapped into Starly, which would have been great for Alicent, but then it wasn't affected by it. What is going on? I'd never thought I'd see the day a Starly would take out a Hariyama with Brave Bird. Luckily, it did end up using Agility, and Rainies could KO with Heavy Slam, but we're on thin ice with that badly poison it got on us. Thanks to Toxic Debris setting up 2 spikes on the field. The good news was Spit Ups was weak and a Heavy Slam KO'd, but what is my guy doing? Is he tickling his balls? See, Spit Ups isn't entirely useless, but how are we gonna win this? A Fido? Okay, maybe I can win this. But this is a Fairy type when all I have left is Crook. This is not good. Wait, it's a Dragon type? Dude, it's a Dragon type! Cyrax 2? It's time. Get in here. Come on. No. Oh, thank God it just used Charm. There you have it. We beat Pokemon Scarlet with shinies that evolve every level. You know, despite most battles having weak Pokemon, thanks to the randomization, that Elite Four was actually decent, and Ammonia brought out some plays with that circle-throwing Spit Ops. Never thought I'd see AI use Spit Ops in a useful way. This was super fun to play through, so let me know which random shiny was your favorite. Mine has to be Crocodile, probably because of the Intrepid Sword though.